Hi everyone, this is Amanda. I run a small soap and candle business out of my home while working full time, and my YouTube channel is talking all about making that work. Today, I wanted to go over a new product that I'm selling, which is kid bath bombs. But more specifically, I thought I would talk to you about um, the question of product line and if you should go all natural with your soap, bath bomb, body business versus not all natural, and and show you the thoughts of my journey, my business, where I came from, and where I am today. On the screen, I am showing you one of my bath bombs. I call this bath bomb a sleep well bath bomb. Um, it's a slight purple color, and that colorant comes from purple Brazilian clay, and then I have some lavender buds. And I also use essential oils for the fragrance for all of my bath bombs. And in this bath bomb, the predominant essential oil I use, of course, is lavender, but I do have a little bit of frankincense and a small amount of cedar wood mixed in there also. So when I talk about, an all natural soap or bath bomb, what I mean is the colorants that you are selecting to use are natural clays or botanicals, and the fragrances that you are choosing to use are all essential oils, as opposed to using micas for colorants or fragrance oils. Now, I have no issue with going either which way. Actually, the exact opposite. And when I first started running my soap and candle business, um, for the soaps, bath bombs, and at the time I was making some body butters, but any type of bath or body product that I would make, I did I started with a product line of both. So what that means is I had some soaps, some body butters. I think I did like a shower scrub at one point, like a sugar scrub type shower gel. I had one line with micas and fragrance oils and one lines with the all natural clays and fragrance oils. And so, although there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that, I would say I was probably confusing my customer base a little bit. I really was attracted to doing the micas and fragrance oils because of the bright colors. My soaps, I did a lot of swirls, and the fragrance oils, of course, are a lot more cost effective. They're cheaper to buy, and there's so many different selections. And so, from a creative mindset, I had so many options. It was just a playground. And so I loved that side of it. However, um, as I had both products available, I, of course, was watching and tracking what sold better. And over time, predominantly, it became very, very clear that the all natural lines products were going a lot better. And so I made the decision about a year to a year and a half into my business to switch all of my soaps, bath bombs, body products to the quote unquote all natural line completely. And it has been a really good decision. I haven't regretted it once. It has helped me scale back the inventory I keep on hand, so therefore reducing my overhead costs. It has really helped me focus in on like a marketable image. So when people think Willow and Pip now, they think all natural. They know what they're going to be getting, in that I don't use the micas and I don't use fragrance oils. And again, those are completely skin safe. There's no shade at all. It's just from a customer buying perspective. You want to have, in my opinion, my humble opinion, you want to have a really clear uh, focus so that when people look you up, they know what you're getting. Now, I'm like, I love Lush. I love all of that. So again, I'm really not, I buy those products myself. I'm not, on a pedestal. I just, when I watch the customers and watch the sales, and then with my business hat on, because at the end of the day, I am, of course, here to make money with running my candle business and soap business. It just became very, very clear. So that's been my journey, and that's been my recommendation would be pick one. It's a lot easier to do one and do one well. But it's worked really well for me. I've shifted the brand, I've shifted the focus. And then all of my packaging and marketing materials, my website write-ups, my self-identity on Instagram, it's all become so much more focused for me as a business owner, so that when I'm talking about my products, when I'm putting visuals up, I know what it is I'm highlighting as, as far as our values, as far as product ingredients goes. And it's just all come together in a much more succinct way for me. For anyone that's currently owning their own, soap, candle, bath body product business, it you can be your own worst nightmare, because you can very, very quickly get too broad, too many product offerings, going in this direction, going in that direction, printing labels that look like this, colorful, elegant, black and white only, masculine, feminine, foil. There's just too much selection out there for a creative mind. So if you can make it simple on yourself, my recommendation is do so. Again, I think in early days, when you first start out, it's really, really fun to experiment. So nothing wrong with having some product offerings in each category, doing exactly what I did, and feeling out the market for yourself. And then, of course, as a business owner, you want to be behind, what you are offering. So if you're all about color and flair and loads and loads of fragrance and options for, candy cane scented, bath bombs, that's fantastic. And I think that is a very clear identity. But I think that identity is very, very different than a soap that, is more muted color selection, has botanicals on the top. The packaging, all of it would just be a different brand in my opinion. So along the vein of staying with all natural, and in one of my previous videos, I was giving the advice, the opinion as always, but on my strong recommendation of adding bath bombs and shower steamers, but I was heavily talking about bath bombs to your product line. And the reason I suggested that is because it gives you more product offering, but it really increases sales. My bath bombs have just exploded. And so I wanted to share that openly with anyone running their own, maybe just soap business to start. And they were looking for, suggestions on expanding into other categories. And so what I'm showing you here are some kid bath bombs. So I obviously started out with the round bath bombs I was showing you there previously. And I'm just starting to experiment with these super fun kid molds. And these are they're now fully hardened. So I will next be wrapping them with my shrink wrap, my biodegradable shrink wrap, putting their labels on them and testing them. I actually have an upcoming market at the end of June, opening up summer here for the long weekend. And I'm going to test them out and see how they sell. I'm going to be marketing these, of course, marketing to children. But again, because I do the sort of all natural, so any of the coloring, it's a little bit hard, but these are a light purple. So any of the coloring in my bath bombs is all natural. So these are a light purple. So I did that with purple Brazilian clay. These guys are a very, very light green. Again, I know the coloring is kind of hard to see here, but I did that with a French green clay. And my mermaid tails was done with indigo powder. And this is a dark red clay. And then I have different essential oils in each. So again, I'm definitely tailoring my products to the all natural audience. I'm hopeful that parents with kids, I have kids, will appreciate the flair or the focus on the all natural. And I'm hoping that those bath bombs start to sell well also. I love that even though I'm a few years into my small business, I still give myself the creative flexibility to test new products. I don't think I will ever stop doing that. And because of that, I don't think I'll ever stop going to markets, because markets are really the venue for me that's very, very flexible to be able to create some products and sell them and get that market research immediately, because you can see how how well they sell, but often people will be with their friends and they'll kind of at times ignore you a little bit, which is fine, but they'll be just talking to their friend and they'll literally say things like, oh, I don't like that smell, or oh, peppermint essential oil, smell this. And if you get more people doing that to the same type of product, it's just becomes super clear. It's just not complicated at all. And I love having that creative flexibility. So at the end of the day, of course, do you. Hopefully I got your kind of creative juices flowing here a little bit on maybe narrowing your focus on how to either start your soap and bath body business, where to go from a focus standpoint, or if you're already running it, maybe I've given you a little bit of inspiration or guidance here on how to narrow some stuff in to make your customers more happy, increase your sales, and streamline perhaps some of the goods that you have on hand as well, reducing your costs. That's it for this week. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.